YouTubers? Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Just chilling out here. It's a really nice fall day. Second last week of October. Just enjoying this nice quietness, bliss here from the house. I just wanted to put something out there. I don't know if you know, I'm not a gloom and doom channel. I'm not even a real estate channel. I'm a nothing. I don't know anything. But I just kind of speak my mind or what's going on or what's happening around the world and stuff. You know, just things that spark interest for conversation, you know, opening dialogue, creating dialogue, sometimes asking the right questions, give you the answers you're looking for, right? Sometimes people aren't asking what they want to be answered, right? Anyways, I wanted to throw something out there. I'm not sure if you guys are watching what's been happening. I've been watching closely because I do my own freelance reporting for News That Matters in Portuguese for a couple of years now, and I got really popular, and I built up a fan page of almost 100,000 on Facebook, which is almost impossible. Like, unless you're really famous and people have to look you up. And I'm really grateful for that because a lot of my stories got circulated and stuff. But, I mean, the news I bring today, I mean, it's not news. I mean, my opinion piece, I guess, I'll bring to you today is things are really not looking good, man. I mean, they're really not looking good. You got, if you want to start out way out east, out in China area, you got China falling apart. You got this Muslim southwest section that's a Muslim state that wants independence from China. You got the northern part of China that wants Manchuria, that wants independence from China. You got a lot going on in the South China Sea. Frigates, battleships, lots of trade going and commerce going through that area. Most trafficked area in the ocean is right there in that South China Sea area, where exports are going to India, imports are coming from India to China and to the West. Also, you got that banana, Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is, testing out missiles that could take a payload of a warhead eventually. Testing them out and seeing how they go and what's going on with that type of thing. Then you got Japan that's building up a military. They signed some treaty, it was about almost a year ago, where they're allowed to have a military bigger than it should be, because after World War II, they stopped having a military. And the problem is Japan's going into bankruptcy big time. And now they've signed in to allow a military. That's usually what happens when countries start to fall apart or start going bankrupt. They start going to war, right? So Japan's building up a big naval fleet. You got the tensions in Vietnam with the South China Sea. You got these island wars being built. Wars. I covered this in a couple of my stories. China building war islands to expand their presence. They're taking over islands that belong to the Philippines, the Spratly Islands and other islands there. And what they're doing is they're basically retrofitting them and expanding the territory by stealing soil from other countries to build airports and military housing there to expand their military presence for China. And then you got India and Pakistan the last couple of weeks, again across the border. They've been having, this has been happening for 50 years, 60 years, but they're still having more disputes the last couple of weeks. A couple of people died. Middle East, I'm not even going to touch it. You got, in my opinion, Saudi Arabia lost the war with Yemen. They literally got their asses kicked by the Yemenis. And as the Yemenis were approaching and advancing into Saudi territory, the U.S. went in last week and bombed the crap out of some Yemen stations there, or some Yemen stuff. So doesn't make the playing field fair. Then you got Saudi Arabia supporting the Yemenis. Sorry, you got the Saudi Arabia against the Yemenis. Sorry, but then you got Iran supporting. Sorry, let me fix that. You got Iran supporting Yemen, and they sent a few ships out there to the Yemen coast. Russia just launched a bunch of ships over to warm waters in their bases there, in that area there of Syria. So you got a lot of tension building up, very unneeded tensions, but tensions building up. You got a lot of Ethiopians fleeing Saudi Arabia because they're being, a lot of them are being persecuted. I don't know if you guys know that. Then you got Africa falling apart. You got China moving in there, taking the resources and installing military bases. And they're buying land there for chump change. You got Europe, along Europe's border, you got a massive NATO presence along with Russia. You know, you got a lot of things going on. You know, you got a lot of protests in Australia and Timor because they're moving the water, the navigational international water zone, so Australia could take oil from Timor, from a poor country. You know, you got a lot of things happening, man. You got the elections right now in the United States. Things aren't looking good with that either. There's going to be people upset if Trump loses, and there's going to be people upset if Trump wins. So I don't know how you fix that. And it looks like the U.S. now is having cyber security attacks or whatever's happening with that. So they could blame that on the Russians. You know, that's what I'm hearing. That's what the rhetoric or what's going on. And I don't know. I've been following this, and it's not looking good. I don't know what people expect, or I don't know what I'm expecting to happen. All I know is I got batteries, some water. One thing to have in your house for safety measures is a pack of lighters. I mean, you could buy a pack of lighters for $4. That could save your life. And another thing you should get is buckets. 5 or 6 buckets. 5 or 6 buckets would allow you to basically catch rainwater, and the rainwater would allow you to catch water, provided it's not radioactive, if there is a downage in electricity and stuff. But anyways, I wanted to throw this out there for you guys. Kind of, you know, things aren't really looking good, you know. And I'm not a gloom and doom. There's a lot of channels like this on the internet, all gloom and doom, end of the world. There's lots of people, you know, discussing their points of views, discussing their outcomes on how things are going to happen. There's lots of that already on the internet, already on YouTube, taking up a lot of space. But I just wanted to bring it up because, you know, I do write my own stories, and I do publish them and stuff, and in the Portuguese language, that is. But to be very frank and honest with you, I mean, things are just not, they're just not looking good, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why everything, like the housing crisis, you got this massive housing crisis where no one could afford to buy anything. China's on a spending spree. They're buying anything of value of anywhere to park their money outside of China. You know, you got a lot of problems now. You got this election, you know. You got the drug cartels in Mexico. You got the civil war in Colombia. France is looking like it's going into civil war. Like, Italy's falling apart with their president that was handpicked. You know, it's almost like 10 years ago, none of this crap was happening. None of this crap was happening. There was never a race thing. Ever. Until now. This whole race thing, creating and divide, is all in our minds. But that's a discussion for another day. I just wanted to put this out there for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I don't want to get all philosophical on you guys, because like I said, there's enough pages of that out in the whole YouTube universe. Comment below. I know you guys are really, really intelligent on this page, and you guys submit some really good feedback, and the feedback really means a lot to me. The really good positive feedback I like, and I want to appreciate you guys for taking the time to write and involve yourself in really good conversation. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to comment below.